Good morning everybody and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Districts, and my name's Susanna and I live with trains, and today I have another footbridge to show you. Yep, it's going to be a short little video today, but this is basically carrying on the theme for my rail replacement part 1, and we'll be coming on to rail replacement part 2 very soon, but this is for part 2 essentially because there's going to be no prizes for guessing where this footbridge is going to be going. Now, obviously you guys, well, those of you who've seen part 1 will know that I'm working on St Anne's Station and redeveloping it, and it's now got 2 platforms. And so therefore I now need another footbridge to span across. Now, I had used the Dapple footbridge as a guide on my last video just to sort of give a rough idea of where the sort of footprint needs to be to make sure that a footbridge would fit. So I've now got another new footbridge. Now, this footbridge has come sort of courtesy indirectly off of Dudley Central, because his video came up recommended to me and I had a quick peek at it and I noticed he had this particular footbridge on his layout. Now, this particular footbridge that I'm going to show you was one that I was considering prior to buying my previous footbridge, which is this one. So the new footbridge that I've bought was actually the one that I was considering getting if I didn't get this one. So obviously you guys have seen this one and it's not 100% finished because I haven't fitted the light into it. But like I said in my previous video, because obviously I needed to do some more heavy duty work at the back, you know, whilst I was off, then it obviously made sense to do it whilst I was off. So this was the footbridge for Mildenhall Riverside. Now, the new footbridge for St Anne's is, now I did at the time when I got this footbridge consider and question, I guess, the price of what I paid for this, which was nearly £60. Now, and I said at the time that there was another footbridge that I was considering, this footbridge, my new one, which was a lot cheaper. It was about 17 or 8, no, it was about £18 I think it was, or something. I can't remember how much I ended up paying. It was around £18 or something like that. And when you consider, and this is another fella footbridge, and you consider the size of this box compared to the other box, I think you realise why it's quite a lot cheaper, because this is the other box and you can see just how much smaller it is, just in terms of its size, in terms of, and also its width. But in saying that, it is still a HO footbridge, which is the same as the other one. I have actually taken it apart, well, so opened it up and had a look at the pieces. My main sort of issue was to have a look at what I wanted to have a look at was the roof, because I wanted to see what the span was to make sure I had the right span, and that was kind of great. So this is the footbridge, and this is a fella footbridge, and to his fella 131378 in HO scale. And just to confirm for those of you who are still interested in this other one, this is also in HO scale, and this is 120110 by fella also. Now, this one also does look quite European in its look and in its appearance, but there will be things that I will be omitting from the build to make it more British. So it will look more British, although, and like I said, when I saw it on Dudley Central, I wasn't expecting to see it. Like I said, his video was just like recommended to me. So I had a quick look and I thought, oh, that's that footbridge that I was eyeing up. That actually doesn't look too bad at all, the way he's done it. So I thought, okay, so that kind of convinced me to get this footbridge. Now, the other one, this one, I did actually take to St Anne's and actually placed it on the platform just to get an idea of what it could look like if I bought another one of these. So I know exactly what I was getting. And I liked it, but a part of me wanted something different, and another part of me sort of said that it's too new, considering this is supposed to be like the country section. So maybe, you know, it's not quite day 8. Maybe it's a listed, maybe this is a listed footbridge and they're just painting it up and all the rest of it, and they're just preserving it or whatever, rather than put a brand new ultra modern footbridge on there. So that's kind of my thinking about it. So the colour schemes, I'm still debating on the colour scheme. Dudley Central did do it in a blue and cream, which is what kind of set me off, because I thought, well, obviously the blue is the Southwest Trains. The cream could work, but I'm not sure. So whether it be in silver or something, I'm not sure. So I'm going to probably go to see Paul, get some Vallejo paints and make that decision when I come back here. So maybe have a few options of different colours and then sort of see what I think will work. Now, if I open this up, you'll sort of see what it's like. I mean, like I said, I won't be, the instructions definitely seem to come across a lot simpler than the other one. And the parts seem to be far more moulded than, now I've split some of these already because I wanted to check the footprint of the bridge. So for example, this would be the roof, and so obviously you'd put the roof something like that, and that will sort of give you the span that you need for the platform. So that was the first thing I took out when I opened the box, was to split this up, because I wanted to make sure I had the right span for the footbridge that I had for the platforms that I had, to make sure that it was all going to fit. So thankfully it all fits. The other thing I wanted to check is I also split open the steps, because I wanted to check whether or not the steps were just as wide as the overall roof, and as you can see quite clearly it isn't. So there'll be enough space for the passengers to walk around and get around on the platform, because it is still quite tight back there. So those were the two key things that I really wanted to check, because when I took the other footbridge over there, the new one over there, I basically put it on there and it fit nice, but I wanted to, so I basically, because it's a Falla footbridge, that the dimensions of the two footbridges probably wouldn't be too dissimilar. So I kind of took a bit of a chance on it, and as it turns out, it's going to work out fine. And this is kind of like the complete kit. So that's it, that's the complete kit. Now this bottom bit here, I'll probably be using it somewhere else if I do use it, because that's actually platform. So it basically sits into a platform, but I'm not going to be doing that, because mine's just going to literally sit on top of my platform. So this is actually a platform that they provide you with, but I'm not going to be using that. The instructions are basically seem to be easier. There doesn't seem to be so many of them. I mean, it's not a complete book. Like, this is literally just a folded page, really. So hopefully it's not going to be as difficult or as time consuming as my original one. And also, it's also got more molded parts, so there's less parts to put together. So it should be less fiddly, because you get all these complete sections. So if I just sort of show you one of them, you know, this is one complete side here. So rather than sort of having this bit and then you attach it to that bit, and then you attach it to that bit, it's all kind of like one big piece. So I'm hoping it will go together a lot quicker than the other one. And like I said, this is sort of what you can't really see it on the box, but from the front point of view, this is kind of what we're aiming for. But I won't be using the platforms on the bottom there, as you can see, and I probably won't be using the canopies either. There's these slight little canopies that go down the side, and there's also a little box up the top, which I'm not sure what that does, but that doesn't look very British either. So those kind of things, you know, you can just sort of leave out and sort of kit bash to suit yourself. So that concludes the end of today's video. So it's a quick, short video today. So like I said, if you are interested in this particular one, then if you look on the box, actually that's probably shows you a clearer picture of what the front and the back is going to be looking like. Like I said, this costs a fraction of the price of the other one, but then again, it's a fraction of the size of the other one in terms of pieces, but it should still look pretty effective. So like I said, if you compare that to that, you can just see just how much smaller the box is. And if you look at it like that, you can see just how much narrower it is as well. So it's definitely a smaller kit. So it should be, hopefully, by that rationale, be an easier kit to put together. So like I said, if you are interested in the Mildenhall Riverside footbridge by Faller, the code is 120110, and that's this one. This is like the ultra modern one. And if you're interested in seeing how this one turns out, then check out Row Replacement Part 2 when that turns up, and hopefully we'll have this all finished and decorated. And for this footbridge, it's going to be a Faller footbridge, HO scale, once again, 131378, and that's how it's going to sort of look from the back. And as you can see, just show you the other images once again, that's kind of what you have to look at from the front. But like I said, it won't be as prescribed on the instructions. There is going to be a little bit of kit bashing involved in that. So anyway, until the next time, it's goodbye from me. My name's Susanna and I live with trains. And now I'm off to go and play trains with my good friend Nigel. So see you soon. Bye bye.